So I decided to try one of the worst battleground games on Roblox, RNG Battlegrounds, and to be honest, it's not looking good. First of all, right off the bat, what I see is Soul's RNG type menu, and honestly, the whole system, I don't think it's right to roll for like moves or other stuff. It's just not good game design. Like, for example, say you have 4 moves, but what if they don't synergize together? Then you have a problem, because then you have a game that doesn't have the similar aesthetic that it's trying to go for. Most games usually center on one form of aesthetic or art style that they're doing, and this game just doesn't really do it right. The moves don't have a consistent art style to them, and to be honest, for me, it just doesn't synergize well with each other. Now, I'm not trying to criticize the developers of the game for anything, but honestly, the game just feels very lackluster in game combat, because the animations also don't work with the type of art style that they're going for. Because the run system feels like GPO, the combat just feels like block scoots, and it kind of feels unsynced. The art style's all over the place, and honestly, if you want to make a good game, you should probably just stick to a certain theme. Also, pardon me, but what is this map? It looks straight out of another Battlegrounds game. I forgot the name, but what was it? Deduce Battlegrounds or something? Yeah, I think it was that one. It looks very similar to that one. I'm not sure if it was intentional or if they just straight up ripped it out. I need to go check for that. But it just feels ripped off from like other Battleground games, and it's not looking good for them. Second of all, the game is pay to win. It asks you to pay 150 Robux roughly for 2 times money. And what does the money even do? You guessed it, it lets you get upgrades for more rolls. It lets you have more luck, it lets you have more speed when rolling. The game should be making money somehow, but it shouldn't be coming from pay-to-win sources like that. And honestly, you should just stick to game passes like the Strongest Battlegrounds that Shenanigans has, where it's just purely cosmetic or utility. It doesn't have any effect on the gameplay. Like, let me compare it, because Deduce Shenanigans and the Strongest Battlegrounds have game passes for stuff like more emotes, awakening outfits. They also have stuff that lets you buy emotes. But this game, not only does it have that, but it also has pay-to-win aspects to it. You should not be paying for your own personal benefit in the game. It's bad game design. I also got my friend Cybok to try out the uppercut that it has, and it just feels ripped from the Strongest Battlegrounds. Like, some of these ideas for the moves feel ripped from other games. To be honest, the game needs an entire rework if I want to consider it good or worth to play, because it's just buying into the same trope of RNG rolling simulator that many other games seem to be copying now because of the success of Soul's RNG. Now, Soul's RNG, if you don't know, which you probably already know because it's extremely popular, is a game where you basically roll for auras, and honestly, there's no point in the game. It's not even able to be considered a game. The only thing this game does better than Soul's RNG did is that you can actually fight. Soul's RNG, you're just AFKing, clicking away, and you're just letting your computer rot for 12 hours at a time, just so it can flex a high rarity aura on other people. That's not a game, that's just a flexing simulator. And this game, it could work, but it needs improvements on the fact that the art style is not consistent. And honestly, the combat just doesn't feel very fluid to begin with. I feel like it needs a complete rework. But I gotta give credit where it's due. This game has some potential, but right now it's just not in a position where I would like to say that it deserves my attention more than this video is going to give it, because it's just not a good game right now. But if they actually listen to other people's suggestions and they make the combat better, honestly, I can see this being a somewhat better game than it is now. My current rating for this is a 4 out of 10. simply because the game just sucks, and I don't like rolling simulators to begin with. So it may be biased, but that's my opinion.